I'm so scared. It's almost painful for me to say this because this is objectively the most horrifying recipe that I've ever watched on the internet. It starts with like chicken breasts and this seasoning and like barbecue sauce, and it seems like everything is going fine, and then they turn it basically into a cold chicken cake. But if you thought that was it, no, you're very wrong, because what they do next is they egg wash it, they fry it. I don't know who hurt these people, but in the end they transform it into a pizza and they bake it once again after it's been deep fried. And the final result is just as horrifying as it sounds, and I cannot believe I'm even saying this. For today's video, we've got 6 chicken breasts here, so you know what's happening. We are attempting to do this deep fried pizza barbecue chicken. I don't even know what this is. Like the most horrible thing someone has ever created.
I'm gonna call 911. I'm gonna call a priest. I'm gonna order a few Bibles on Amazon because...
I'm sorry you have to watch this. There's no easy way to do this. I've got the recipe on my iPad, so we're just gonna go straight into it. So it starts with basically 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. We're gonna do a little bit of cumin. It's a lot of chicken, so honestly, I'm gonna do quite a lot. You know what? Let's do a little bit more. If anything, at least it'll taste nice. So we're also gonna do some powdered mustard or ground mustard. I don't really know what the difference is. This recipe is so bad that spicy is the least of my worries. So this is chili powder. I think they use quite a lot of this, but this is like mild one, so it's not gonna be too spicy, I don't think. We're not gonna worry about diabetes because with this recipe, Jesus take the wheel. Jesus honestly crashed the car because we don't deserve it. Is this how people make like barbecue sauce? Because it's got all these spices and then brown sugar. You'd think that this is like the barbecue part of the recipe, but then later on, they use actual barbecue sauce on top of this. Like, so this is the delicious sauce that we've got going on. I feel like it's a little bit too thick, so I might do a little more vegetable oil. Like 6 chicken breasts is a lot. 1, 2, and 6 chicken breasts. Like honestly, whoever came up with this, like they were really confident that 6 people or more would enjoy this. I'm half joking, but also kind of serious because this is something that I could potentially enjoy. Like, I know myself well enough to admit that. Like, we know, like, my taste is questionable. Honestly, though, this part was pretty easy. This actually wasn't that bad. So this is basically our very quick barbecue chicken. Anyone who knows how to cook barbecue chicken is probably horrified. But this is not my recipe. Like, I'm just following instructions. So this is going to cook in the oven now for 1 hour. So it's not going to be... The oven won't be too hot because I think this is supposed to be soft because we're basically making pulled barbecue chicken. So I'm gonna cook this and I will check in with you guys in 1 hour. So this is very hot, and honestly, I know I'm trying to be difficult, but this actually looks good. It smells good as well. It smells like Indian food, not barbecue sauce, weirdly. I know the choices in the video are questionable and we've talked about that, but this is working like exactly like it did in the video. I mean, it did cook for an hour, but look how easy it is. Like, it literally just falls apart. That is a lot of chicken though, like a lot. As you can see, here we've got the chicken, and it actually doesn't look that bad, but if you thought that I'm exaggerating and that this is actually not that bad, allow me to change your mind in this next step. So first, I'm gonna transfer this into a separate bowl. I don't see the point of it, but that's what they do in the video. The chicken did soak up all the sauce, all the liquid, so that is a good thing. But now, this is when things are going to get really interesting. The first thing they add in the video is some spring onions. So far, nothing too bad. That seems to make sense, just to add some texture and like some vegetables. The second thing they add is 1 whole red onion. Like, 1 onion is huge. Like, this is like 10 kilograms of chicken and onion. The next thing they add is cooked bacon. So I guess we're supposed to like cut this into like pieces. I'm gonna use a knife for this because this is honestly gonna take a lifetime. And I feel like in the video it was really small chunks. And because we're gonna deep fry this, I don't want this to fall apart before then. This recipe is more stressful than when I do those videos in which there's like a timer. This is like more stressful than that. So we're gonna add the pieces of bacon. So now, this is when I honestly don't think this makes any sense. So we basically season that chicken to be like a barbecue chicken, so you'd think then that's it for flavor. No, because what they do next is add an insane amount of barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce that you can buy at the supermarket. So I think they use like a lot in the video. I guess this is gonna make everything like just come together. Oh my god. I'm gonna give you guys a look at this in action, but do you really want to see it? I feel like I want to look away. I would if I could. It smells like the food court of a shopping center where it's got like 6 different restaurants from like 6 different types of cuisines in the world, and all together it smells like this. So this is what we've created so far. Let me give you like a close-up because I feel like you guys really need to get in there and see that. What is it that they say? An image speaks for 1,000 words, something like that. Well, that. If I haven't offended any chefs or like people who love cooking so far, please allow me to try once again, because this next step is basically creating the cake that is gonna be the base for the deep fried pizza. This is like such an insane sentence that makes complete sense. They use some tortillas, you know, the white, like soft ones. The first thing we're gonna do is put the parchment paper, because I guess it matters whether this sticks or not. So we put the tortilla in. Yes, this is gonna take a lot of cheese. Like if you thought it wasn't one of those recipes, this is one of those recipes and more. It's got cheddar, it's got mozzarella, it's literally got everything. We're gonna add the chicken mixture on top of this. Why does he start to smell kind of good? I honestly, like, I don't play with demons, but this is as close as I've been getting to it. I'm not trying to be funny and just being real for a second. Like, there's nothing wrong with all the ingredients in this individually. I think it's the combination that I find off-putting. Me and a lot of people. Imagine if it's someone's birthday and you arrive with this, like, happy birthday, I made you a dog food cake. So we're gonna do the remaining cheese on top, because I guess he has to like glue on both sides to like sort of create like a seal. We might need a little bit more cheese. Oh no! Oh, I am an idiot. Honestly, like this is taking so many ingredients and I'm making this literally... Oh, this is not very round. Okay, let me try again. Okay, this is a lot better. Oh my god, why does this look right? This next part is probably what bothers me the most out of the whole video. It truly doesn't make sense, it's not logical, but what they do is they press this down using like, I think they used a pen in the video, but I'm just going to use this, and like, they squish the chicken, the whole thing is just squished. For the next step in the video, what they do is they put this exact thing, like just the way it is now, inside the fridge for 1 hour. So by the time you remove it, you're gonna have a cheese, chicken, barbecue sauce, tortilla, cold cake, which is, I cannot wait to see that. I put the chicken cake in the refrigerator, so it will be in there for like about an hour. So what they do next is they kind of make this sauce that I guess we're gonna use later on. So the sauce uses as a base some sour cream, so we're gonna start with that. So I'm gonna do the whole thing because honestly, that is the base. So I'm not doing this in the exact same order they did in the video because I don't think it matters. So this is some onion powder, some garlic powder as well. In the video, they also say to use fresh herbs, which ended up being really expensive. It's got dill. No, this is not dill. This is chives. This is dill, I think. I'm so confused. I honestly have never cooked with fresh herbs in my life. Just so you see the effort, I want to do things right. I want to use all the ingredients that it says in the video because I want to be able to honestly tell you whether this is like a joke recipe or whether it actually tastes good. I'm gonna use some mayo as well. This better be worth my money. Like honestly, this is like one of the most expensive, I think the most expensive recipe I've ever done. Why am I scared of this? It's actually been longer than an hour. It's been like two hours and a half, I think. It's leaking a lot of like juices. Like it's like orangey, like barbecue saucy. It smells like dog food. Like I'm just gonna keep it real. Just gotta make sure this is balanced. Oh my god, imagine if this falls apart after so many hours of work. Oh my god. What have I done? It's like a meat cake I hope you see like this side here where you can see the onions, like it looks so wrong. This has to taste good, like otherwise why would someone even create this? But honestly, it looks kind of the same as it did in the video. But the main thing we can judge this on is whether it works or not, the recipe. And so far, honestly, ew, it's like tough. Oh my god. It feels so wrong to cut into this. Do you hear that? It's like crunchy. Listen to this. We had a little spill on this side. I've never had more anxiety than cutting this, and like the chances of me ruining the whole thing with like one wrong move. Why does this sound like something that Taco Bell would come up with? The sides are kind of falling apart, but honestly, I followed the recipe. It was in the fridge for even longer than it was supposed to, so honestly, if it fails, it's not on me. I'm so nervous about this because it's not coming off. Like I can't seem to get a slice because of the parchment paper. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So you probably already know what the next step is. We are going to remove one slice, which is going to be very difficult by the look of it. And then we're gonna coat it in flour, egg wash, and then breadcrumbs. And then once we've got the complete pizza, we're gonna deep fry it. It's literally falling apart. I have no idea how they managed to do this. They definitely put it in the freezer. Like, look. I'm gonna try to coat it as much as I can. You literally have to use your hands for this. Oh my god, this is so wrong. Also, it feels kind of nice. Oh my god. I'm sorry you have to watch this. Oh, and into breadcrumbs. Oh my god, wait, we need more of the egg on top. Wow. I love that for me. This is the most stressful video I've ever done. Oh my god, I'm gonna have so much to clean up after this video. This better taste like... That does not look like... It's going to taste like the best thing ever. So this is gonna be our first one. I am definitely gonna put the rest in the freezer. So hopefully the next ones are gonna go a little bit better than this. I mean, we've had a slight change of plans because I realized that this doesn't actually fit in my freezer. So we're just gonna have to move really quickly. So we're gonna dip this now. Oh shoot. Oh no, the topping is coming off. Okay, that's a lot easier than the previous one. Maybe there was something wrong with that one specifically. This is actually kind of working. Why does it look good? Why do I want to eat it? I'm so confused. Oh my god, that almost looks exactly like it did in the video. Look how smooth that is. I'm gonna double coat it. I think I've got enough egg for that. If I don't, I'm just gonna double coat the first ones. Just to make sure it looks like smooth. I mean, I know it's not perfect, but like it's a lot better than I expected. At least it's not falling apart. It's like, it's actually solid. So this is the most difficult thing that I've ever done in a recipe. Honestly, coating these slices of whatever this is was extremely difficult because it kept on falling apart. So I actually started really well. Like the one I showed you specifically, like it's pretty smooth on every angle. This one, for example, it's literally falling apart as I try to show it to you. Like this will break as soon as we try to fry it. And there's pieces of like bacon just glued to the back with the breadcrumbs. I honestly hate deep frying stuff. I think I've made a video one time where I ate deep fried foods for 24 hours. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. It smelled like deep fried food in my house for 3 months later. It still smelled like it. So I never ever fry stuff, but there's no other way to do this recipe. So wow, that is a lot of oil. That is also probably the healthiest meal I've had this week. Oh my god. Alright, so I'm gonna use literally the best one to show you on camera because I want this to look good. But the other ones are maybe not gonna be so easy, but I'll worry about that later. So, oh my god, is this gonna like... Oh my god. I'm so scared. Wait, is that the right temperature? I feel like I should have a different utensil to like... Why is it sticking to the bottom? How long does this cook for? Oh, I should have watched the video. I honestly have no idea how long this is supposed to cook for. Oh my god, this is honestly a solid block. Like, what even is that? Because this is gonna go into the oven again, I feel like it's going to get a little bit darker, and it's actually quite dark on this side. So I'm just going to remove it into the paper towel. And honestly, that wasn't that difficult. Let me try to show you what it looks like on camera. Honestly, it looks exactly like it did in the video. Maybe I didn't cook it for as long, so it's a little bit lighter, but like it works. So I'm gonna do the whole batch. This is honestly gonna take me like an hour. So next time I see you guys, hopefully we're gonna have a beautiful fried pizza. I was gonna be really dramatic and lift this up, and then I realized it doesn't even fit. That's how big this is. But are you guys ready for me to show you probably one of the weirdest things we've ever done? This is... And that is the sound of the church bells telling us we need to go and pray, because holy... Oh my god, I can't show you. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to do. It smells so good in my kitchen. It smells a lot like deep fried food, but I kind of like it. But it will definitely stay for a long time. But some of them were so easy. Like the first one I did, like look how compact this is. Is this ever gonna be done? Because the next step is possibly the one that I think bothers the most people. Like everyone who said that this looks gross, I think they talk about this next step. So the first thing we're gonna do is spoon some pizza sauce on top of this. Yes, on top of something fried. So much work to make these toppings look so nice and like smooth, and then we're just gonna spoon some pizza sauce on top. I honestly love that for me. It looks like when you go with a child to McDonald's and they put ketchup all over the chicken nuggets, and then you're like, is it too late for adoption? I wish we could tighten this up a little bit more, kind of like a pizza, but it's honestly difficult. Like it doesn't, because of the shape of it, it's so like irregular. I'm gonna fill this hole in the middle with mozzarella cheese just to make it for aesthetic reasons. I mean, I will still eat it, so but mostly for aesthetic reasons. It smells so good though that I'm starting to warm up to this idea. I'm gonna be honest, this video is basically me changing my mind slowly that they might be onto something, or I'm losing my mind, or both. I mean, at this point nothing will come as a surprise to you guys, so yes, we're gonna do some pepperoni on top. I think they used 18 slices. I find that that seems a little excessive because there's just no surface area. So I'm gonna do like one per bite and then a few in the center. I think in the video they used the grill setting of the oven, so we're gonna grill it for 10 minutes and hopefully it will be enough for the pepperoni to be crispy, the cheese to be melted, the sauce to soak up into the chicken, barbecue, layers of cheese, tortilla, breadcrumbs, you know, the whole thing. Oh shit, it's burning, it's burning, it's burning! Oh my god. I need to get it out. Ah. Oh my god. That was so quick. Oh my god. Oh my god, the fire alarm. I don't know how to do this. Okay. I don't even know how to transfer this into the table. Holy schnitzel. This side right here maybe went a little bit toastier than I was expecting, but overall, like, as you can see, the cheese maybe went a little too toasty in some places, like this bite here, and it actually seems really, really good. Like, it smells great. I'm not gonna lie, like, if it sucks, I'm gonna tell you the truth, but if it's good, it's good. So, oh my god. Honestly, that was better than I could have ever imagined. The pizza's cooled down a little bit. I haven't cooled down yet. Like, this was, I feel like I deserve an A+ for effort and probably like a D for participation. I feel like one of those mukbangers on Instagram that have giant like bowls of sauce, but then they never finish it. I'm like, what do you do with the rest? The cheese definitely went a little too toasty, so it's not even stretching. Like, oh my god, that is so much cheese. Let's just go all the way. Let's just do exactly as the recipe asked. Okay, so I'm gonna get pepperoni, the sauce, the cheese, the barbecue chicken, the coating, like the whole thing all in one go. Wow. I feel like Raven. I feel like I just had a vision. A vision of every food I've eaten in my life. That is so confusing. I was like, oh, it tastes like pizza. And then suddenly was like, it tastes like chicken schnitzel and then barbecue. I'm honestly so confused right now. The sauce somehow makes this really enjoyable. I like it. Like, it is confusing. If you get past that, the weirdness of having so many flavors in one go, it's actually good. And look, it's honestly, it holds shape really well, which is what a lot of people were guessing that it wouldn't happen. But look, you can honestly dip it. That was a lot from one video. Hopefully you guys like this. If you did, and if you appreciate my effort that I put into this, please give this video a like. And it's annoying, I say this in every video, blah blah blah, you know it, but if you could also subscribe to my channel and switch my notifications on, it's easier for me to tell you that I've got a new video for those of you who press the notification bell. So those of you who've done it, a huge thank you. It really does help out my channel. I honestly owe so much to you, so those of you who pressed the bell, thank you. I know this is a lot, but I feel like I've burned more calories making this than I could eating the whole thing. I'm honestly exhausted. I love you guys. I've got a new video coming up, I think tomorrow or the day after, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye bye.